tuned in to Inside Lowell. Inside Lowell podcast brought to you in part by Washington Savings Bank, serving the greater Lowell community for over 130 years. Make the switch now to Washington Savings Bank. Unicare, offering a variety of plans for people insured under the GIC. At Unicare, your health is their top priority. Reverie 73, Lowell's #1 cannabis shop. Elevate your cannabis experience at Reverie 73. Hafner's, heating and cooling homes and businesses for nearly a century. Become a part of the Hafner's family. It kicks. Boston North Company, offering a wide variety of business solutions to help restaurant and retail clients save money. Boston North. And by Mahoney Oil Company, providing warmth and protection to families in Greater Lowell and Southern New Hampshire since 1925. That's Mahoney Oil. And now, time for another Inside Lowell podcast. Inside Lowell. If Lowell is your home, this is your place. Hi, and welcome to Chamber Chat here in the Inside Lowell studios. I'm Danielle McFadden, president of the Greater Lowell Chamber of Commerce. I am so excited to have these three folks on with me today. I have Joe Hungler, executive director of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Lowell.
Always happy to be here. Thanks for having us.
Sean Moriarty and Cheryl Popp, who are co-chairs.
Yes.
Of the
Good morning.
32nd annual?
26th.
I was winging it. I thought, winging a prayer. Maybe I'll get the number right. But still, very impressive.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So, Joe, you've been at the club for 13 years now.
Yeah.
I'm interested. So we are going to talk about the club at the end of this, but I want to talk a little bit about the auction, the holiday auction, and it truly is the signature event in this city. I mean, it's just an incredible event. How has it evolved in 13 years?
Well, I'll go back even a little farther than that. So Eric Hansen was the one who kind of led the charge back when it started 26 years ago. And last year I heard stories from his daughter about him making like the playlist on a CD.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
all the auction sheets around their house and stuff like that, as they were like, I think it was the Textile Museum, which isn't even around anymore. So.
Wow.
But it has become a signature event. When I first got here, I remember people that I was 3 weeks on the job in 2010 when I attended the first auction I was at, and they were like, "This is my favorite event in the city."
Oh, yeah.
So I've always looked at it as my charge not to mess that up.
No pressure, Joe. 3 weeks in and you're right. Yeah.
Hey,
good job.
But it has continued to evolve, mainly because of people like Cheryl and Sean, who have led the way and really brought new folks in. I think that's been one of the big evolutions over time, is consistently looking to make sure we're including as many people as possible. Just like with our kids, we want to be inclusive, and we want to be inclusive with all our relationships. We've moved to having a professional auctioneer, which and then we've also learned that sometimes less is more. We used to have 25 auction items, and now we're down to I think 10 live auction items, because you lose the room.
Yeah.
If you go too long.
It's a very social event too, so people want to be mingling and chatting and
we used to go to 10 o'clock, and now we usually are done by 10 of 9.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Last year we actually ended before the Patriots game started.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a great PR move right there.
Yeah, but everybody stayed afterwards anyhow because they're having such a good time.
Yeah.
And the money has grown considerably. It was, I think my first year was right around 124,000, and last year was pretty close to 350. So,
Try and do that again this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe we'll even hit 400.
Right, Joe.
You gotta have a high bar, right? That's how you keep growing. And let's be real, these two for 3 straight years set new records every year for our golf tournaments. So I just assume they're going to do the same thing today.
Yeah, and I'd love to talk to the both of you about why you're involved.
So when I was approached by Joe and his crew to co-chair this event, they were throwing out a couple of names, and I said, "Can I pick?" And they're like, "Absolutely." And I'm like, "I'm gonna see if Sean wants to help me out here," because again, like Joe had said, we had partnered up previously, and we're successful as co-chairs. So I said, why not do it again in a little bit different event? So here we are.
Is it because you wanted to have meetings on the golf course?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be part of it.
Yeah. No, I think we did have some success at the golf tournament a few years back, and those are tough to run. The weather's tough. There's a lot to coordinate there. It's a saturated market. When we talk about this being the keynote event, I don't think we're joking. I mean, you're raising $350,000. You have 400 people in the room. It's kind of the who's who of the community of Lowell, and I think it's great to be involved in. I know Cheryl and I both, on a personal basis, have made the decision to give back to the club because I think you see the impact. We've seen from the golf tournament now, you see the same kids there, you see their growth, and it's awesome. And more people get involved with the club, and I think it's just one of the things you want to be a part of in this city.
I
Absolutely.
couldn't agree more. I mean, it truly is an event that it's not only fun to attend, but like you see the impact in the way that you bring the kids in.
That's something we've really focused
Yeah.
on. Like we used to just have like the speaker, but now we make sure we have kids greeting the
Yes.
guests. We have our music program performing. There's the speaker's always the best, but we just try to keep them there in as many ways as possible. We can't bring 400 or 500 people to the club, but we can bring the club to those folks and let people feel like
And
it's a fun part of the event.
I'd just add to that, the more we can have the kids interact with the guests that are in the room,
That's awesome.
the more likely the guests are going to be
yeah.
to open their wallets, because
1000%.
they hear the story
Yeah.
from these
Yeah.
kids, and it goes a long way, whether it's selling the beads up front or just hearing their story so they can participate in the fund to need later on. The kids,
They're
kids
so
help drive that.
impressive.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And this is part of, we also look at this as a youth development opportunity where
Absolutely.
you're learning how to network. You're learning how to shake hands and maybe 5 or 10 years from now, one of these kids is going to apply to Enterprise or Lowell 5 or the Chamber as like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm looking for a job or an internship, and now they have a face they recognize.
Absolutely.
That is a huge part of anybody. You got to be able to do the job.
Yep.
But if we can get them in a position where they can get past knocking on the door,
Yeah.
then we know our kids are awesome. They can prove themselves once they're in the door. You just got to get them in the door.
I still think, I've said this before, but a great auction item would be a jingle from your music
I
program.
love it.
That'd be so
Yeah,
fun.
that'd be
Like, I feel
good.
like any
Yeah.
business would
They
love
could
to have
probably
like
whip that up too. So
Yeah.
yeah, you could be like, okay, it goes to the the 10 highest bidders and do 10 of them. But I feel like that would be such a fun.
I like that.
Yeah.
That would be
they
very
could
cool.
definitely do it.
Oh yeah, they could. They are talented.
Write that one down.
Yeah.
All right, so let's dive into all the details for this year's auction. So what can people expect this year?
Yeah, I just want to quickly thank our sponsors, our presenting sponsors, the Hanson family, Nancy L. and Richard K. Donahue Charitable Foundation, Liberty Mutual and Market Basket, among many, many more, people that are involved in different sponsor levels. We appreciate every little piece that we can get. And we still have sponsors available. So if people want to go to the website and help us out, they can do that as well.
And I'm sure we'll talk about the silent auction and live auction, but also that's another way. If you're not able to give a big sponsorship, you can still give an item, and that can really help. The goal of
I think that's
$400,000.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. We do have sponsorship levels at every level. You can be comfortable at any level, I guess, or you could donate a gift to the silent auction. But we do want to stress that the support of this auction directly impacts the operations of the club, the day-to-day operations of the club, to give these young people access to the quality programming, 12 months of the year, and that's really important. So we're going to kick off the event this year. It's actually Thursday, November 30th. The calendar played a trick on us with that first Thursday after Thanksgiving.
You thought you had another week.
Right,
So
yeah.
It's very early.
Thursday, November 30th, over at the Auditorium, 5:30 cocktail hour, 6:30 program begins. But it really should be a great event, and the tickets are available, sponsorship opportunities available.
Yep. Both silent auction items, live auction items. We do use the mobile bidding app, so that's available. So even if you're not available to come to the event, you can still bid on different prizes and whatnot.
We've had people bid from Abu Dhabi before.
No
Yeah.
way.
I think that's about the farthest.
That
away
is
we've been.
Wow.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We were at a meeting, was it 2 weeks ago, and the crew that puts together these silent auction items, some of them work. It's awesome to see, and you can see how much they care about the club. But these committee members, they get upwards of 75 prizes to be auctioned off, and then the live auction, what people do to put together prizes there is even crazier.
Yeah.
I think that gentleman's he's gonna raise a lot of money. He knows how to work the room.
And I love that, speaking of work the room, one of the benefits of mobile bidding is you can bid while you're working the room.
Yeah.
So I love that you've gone in that direction. It makes it really easy. I know I bought, I think, an item from a golf tournament a couple of years ago from my phone, just sitting around. So yeah.
It means I actually get to bid. Usually I'd go around and I'd like
Oh,
put my name,
right, I know.
put my name at the beginning, at the top, but then I couldn't, like, I'd never get back to any of them.
But then at the last minute, you're like, ooh.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
true
I
too,
never
because you
get
get
to-
like
I never get to
notifications
do that,
anytime
yeah.
somebody
Oh, yeah,
bids
now.
you.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm sure it really helps the bottom line too.
Yeah.
It does. We had about a 20% increase when we.
And it makes it easier because
Oh, it's easier
like
for
at
everybody.
the end, you're not like taking the sheet away from Joe. It's just like,
Right.
Who's
You already have
ready
your
to
credit
get
card
this?
info.
yeah, it's great.
We used to have people joking like, oh, Sean Moriarty.
Yeah.
Put somebody else's name down.
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff
I always had a code name, just so people didn't know it was
Yeah.
me.
I like that.
Right.
Code name Cheryl.
Yeah.
So Danielle, the theme of the event this year is picture their future, and in the overall, what we're going to try and drive through is just helping the members do just that by offering, a wide range of programs for them to learn about being encouraged, empowered to kind of achieve their dreams every day. I think if you take a tour at the club, you see the different rooms they have. We truly are helping them picture their future every day.
It's such an incredible opportunity. Like I think about when we were kids, like I didn't have these opportunities to explore different paths and in different, passions.
When,
I wouldn't stand a chance. I would not be in this seat. There'd be a club kid sitting in this seat right now. I can say that.
that's
Well, hopefully we would have recruited you to come down.
one of the biggest things you'll see that night is the kids performing live, whether it be
Incredible.
dance,
Yes.
music, everything, and they're stealing the show. There's 400 people there going, excuse me, what? Like, it's fascinating.
Yeah.
It's
So
awesome to
we
watch.
definitely look forward to that.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the huge highlights of
Yeah.
the event for sure. Okay, what else are we missing here?
I'll talk briefly about the Winner's Choice raffle.
Ooh, yes. Great.
We have sold probably almost half of our tickets. We only sell 200 total tickets. They're $100 a piece. The trips, so there's 3 different trips. One is a family fun weekend adventure at Storyland, a luxury stay at a farmhouse in Napa, or a 4-night stay in a Caribbean paradise in Punta Cana.
Ooh.
So,
All right, which ones would you choose?
I love Napa.
Yeah, I'd go to Napa.
I think I'm the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I would do
Yeah.
the same. I definitely don't want to go to Storyland.
No, I'm not going to make it there.
No, yeah.
No, that's really nice though. They have
Storyland's
the,
great.
they have the
Like,
choice.
we went a few years ago with Avery, and she loved
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you have the kids the right age, that's absolutely a great take. North Conway is just a fun place.
Oh yeah. No, I like that.
If you can
There's
find
such
a
a good
babysitter and
variety.
then wanting to get to Napa,
Well,
Yeah.
I have cousins in just south of Napa, so
Perfect.
they
Your mother would
it.
love to watch Avery while you guys go to Napa.
This is true.
And like you said, everything's available online too, so people don't necessarily have to be at the event to participate, to give back. But
Absolutely.
if you're able to get to the event, I mean, that's where you
Yeah.
want to be.
And you don't have to be there to win either for that.
Right. Yes. You don't have to be present. Our goal is to try and sell out of these raffle tickets prior to the event happening. So big push the next couple of
Yeah,
weeks.
that's great.
Yeah.
Well, it's something that, if you're sitting around Thanksgiving,
There you go.
encourage all your friends and family to buy a ticket or go in together on a ticket if you want to, you know what trip
Absolutely.
you want to select too. So
Yeah.
There's a lot
We
of-
actually, our committee has a contest among all of us. So whoever can sell the most gets a Capital Grill gift card. So
that's really
Nice.
fun.
How you doing on that so far?
I think I'm winning.
Yeah, you get some good friends there. Good friends.
Cheryl's going to Capitol Grill.
I'll bring you if you're nice.
So the event is the 30th at the
Yes.
Auditorium.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
5:30 cocktail hour, 6:30 we kick off, and Joe just promised to have us out of there before 9 o'clock.
That's right.
And
We haven't missed
let's
that
your
in a long
belly up next to the bar. You
time.
know.
Well, I can't control. There's always a few people who are there for quite a while afterwards, and then it kind of moves down to Lutele or the Old Court or those kind of places.
And tickets are still available to attend.
Yep.
But I'm, sure
We have
they're
sold out
selling.
in the past, so
Yeah, selling fast.
we want to make sure that you have a seat.
Yep. Yeah, try to do that. Check that off your list before Thanksgiving, which I can't believe is next week.
All right.
I can't believe that either. Although I am very excited that next week is our Thanksgiving dinner at the club. The day before Thanksgiving, we always do this huge Thanksgiving dinner. The families come in.
That's
And,
great.
it's really pretty special. And this year we have a new space to hold it in because we have our community center and cafe
awesome.
that was just finished, 5,500 square feet of new space. It's beautiful. I mean, our architect is a club alum, which is really special, and he's donating his services. And he, when the kids saw it, they were speechless as to how cool it was and that it was for them. You know,
Yeah.
I think a lot of times it's good enough for those kids, and that's just not the case here. And I also love how Patrick does it because he does it in a way that doesn't cost a lot of money, you know. And but having that space is huge, especially as we continue construction. When I was walking by today, to get back my credit come here, because I forgot it wasn't Zoom.
No, it's not your fault.
And the fence is going up and around it. So like this first stage of construction, the community didn't necessarily know unless you're on our Facebook page
Yeah.
or Instagram or whatever. But now the whole world's going to see, oh, yeah, construction's happening.
great.
The teen center's getting ready to go up with some art spaces underneath and the kitchen. So we'll be able to, serve 450, 500 meals a day when we're done.
Incredible.
So we're super excited about that. But I think this will be the first time we'll be able to have a Thanksgiving dinner where all the kids can eat at the same time.
That's
Not
awesome.
eating in shifts.
It's awesome.
Fun.
That's
We
great.
do have a turkey costume here. You want to spice things up.
All right.
There you
We
go.
have staff who might be interested in doing that.
Just throwing it out there.
I'll be busy.
Keep my mouth shut on that.
Yeah.
I thought Danielle was volunteering.
Yeah.
No, you never know. I put that costume on once or twice. And also I have been described as a turkey on an occasion, so
Usually
Okay.
by yourself, because you are the most self-appreciating person.
I do enjoy that. All right, so let's talk about some of the other highlights happening at the club.
Well, speaking of food, one of the cool ones that we just started is we have a food truck now.
Love it.
So we basically, it'll take Sally's cooking, and the kids love her food, and it'll bring it out to the community. So tomorrow is the first time it's really it was out with the chamber.
Yes,
at,
trunk or treat.
Trunk or treat. And then this is the first time on a more normal voyage, which will be parked outside of City Hall by the Winged Victory statue, and they're going to have food for the high school kids coming out of
Incredible.
the high school on Tuesday, and then we'll start going to different parks and things, and basically distributing the kind of food that Sally cooks and making sure more hungry kids who can't get to the club have it or aren't aware of the club, and then hopefully they'll become aware of the club and realize, oh, my school might take a bus there, or I can walk there, or whatever it is, and they'll be able to get a meal every day. This will go out every day, but it'll go to different areas of the city. So we're super excited about that. Anytime you can feed hungry kids, I've got a 9-year-old, seeing her when she gets a little hangry, but she knows the meal's coming,
That's a great
Yeah.
point. I have a
Yeah.
very angry 6-year-old always.
Yeah. But, imagine if maybe there wasn't quite enough food, especially when we're talking about
Absolutely.
teenagers. I mean, teenagers can eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially since at that age, they're not going to necessarily tell people that they're hungry.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
No. Who wants to?
Yeah.
No. So I think it's just another great tool to try to make sure we're meeting basic needs, but at the same time, the goal is to get them part of the program.
Yep.
And the reason we're building a teen center is we want to do the pathways piece that we were talking about before of making sure that every kid has a path to a great future and that they have the same access as everybody else, because we got really smart and hardworking kids. They just need the access to
Absolutely.
the same types of skills and resources.
I also have a fork and a spoon costume,
Oh,
and a pickle. So
all right.
Good to know.
I think that we might have just spiced up our Thanksgiving dinner for next week.
we're moving right along. What are some ways that people can get involved? Oh, store-bought desserts. Tell us about
Yes.
that. You had me at dessert. I just got really excited. Jumped off the page.
So as part of our Thanksgiving dinner, we do ask people to bring in desserts, and the community always steps up. We used to have everybody bake them, but that became a little problematic with all the rules and regulations these days nowadays and all those kind of things. So we asked people to bring in some store-bought baked goods. And that always is something that our kids look forward to on Thanksgiving, much like a lot of adults do the next day.
Yeah. Right?
You know, we were just talking with our friends and family the other day about like who's making apple pie and who's bringing pumpkin pie and who's making cookies and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, how many people are coming to our Thanksgiving? It's a lot of dessert.
Everybody takes 2 pies home.
Yeah, exactly. So we want our kids to kind of feel the same way, and our
So
families.
if somebody can, is there a sign up for this, or do we just drop desserts off? You know,
Yes.
I'll find out the information. I'll put it in the comment. I remember dropping desserts off before, but I
Yes.
thought I might have signed up. I don't know. I don't remember.
There is a process with it, and with the campaign, I kind of missed it this year.
Okay. Okay. I'll find
Someone
out.
knows.
Juan
Yeah.
Carlos knows.
Yeah.
He'll be commenting as he's watching this. And then you do a gift drive in December.
Always, and again, we'll get that information in the. There is a flyer for that. I know.
Yeah, there's a wish list, so
Yeah.
that makes it super easy, and then people can just select what they want to donate, and then it gets shipped directly to the club, I would think. So
Yeah.
anything that reduces staff and board members having to run around and pick stuff
Right.
up, right?
Well, I'll tell you, in every business that I talk to, everybody's kind of trying to do the infamous more with less, and
Yes.
there's more meetings and more Zooms and less time to actually to do things. So
Yeah.
that kind of help is definitely appreciated. And and we're always looking for program volunteers as well as for people getting involved. We are between volunteer managers right now, but I think we just hired a new one, so
Excellent.
we'll be able to help people help out in a variety of ways,
Yeah.
from coaching to tutoring to teaching music, whatever it might be.
It's a good time of year to start thinking about that too. As the new year comes, how you can give back, and the club is.
And I'll tell you,
Definitely a
every
great
volunteer we
organization.
have comes back and says, "Oh, thank you! Like you
Yeah.
volunteered for us." They appreciate it so much
Yeah.
that they. It's a great. I mean, spending time with our kids, I don't get to do it as much as I used to, and it's always puts a smile on my face.
Yeah, they're incredible.
Yeah, just add to that. If you haven't been down to the club, if you hadn't seen any of the new space, reach out to these guys, make an appointment.
Be happy to give you a tour.
Once
Yeah.
you see it, especially if the kids are there, you're gonna say, "Wow!" And I think, how can I help? Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
We'll have
Yeah.
to do another event in the new year.
Absolutely.
Get chamber members in and seeing
Oh,
the
yeah.
space. And
Definitely. And by the way, as I mentioned before, the fencing's going up. We're still open. So part of our whole project has been, how do we do this so we can stay open
Yeah.
continuously? So the teen center's being built. The front entrance is blocked, but we're going in through Eagle Court, and we'll still be able to serve kids and teens. Just to be clear, the club hasn't closed.
Club is open.
Yeah.
All right, can you give the details quickly about the holiday auction one more time before we wrap this up?
So Thursday, November 30th at the Auditorium, 5:30 kickoff for the cocktail hour. 6:30 the event begins. You can see the club's website for ticket information as well as sponsorship opportunities. Would love to see you there.
Yep. Can't wait.
Thank you all so much. We appreciate it.
Good
All
stuff.
right. Thank you for being here. This was so much
Always
fun. I think
fun.
we
You're
booked this
welcome.
like probably 6 months ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is actually my first time at Inside Lowell.
Oh, welcome.
Spot.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, anytime you guys want to come on, we could do a regular series with the club.
I love
So
that.
let's do it.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you all for tuning into this edition of Chamber Chat here in the beautiful Inside Lowell Studios. We will be back again soon.
All right. Thank you.